Hello, hello. So the original video is on the description. If you can open and give it a like and maybe let it play on the background, muted while watch my reaction. So to give the original creator his views would be very nice. This girl, Otsuka Rei, I follow her. I started following her because of Pipa. I think I was watching, yeah, one of Pipa's streams, and I think she hated her or she was talking about her. I'm not sure right now. So it was before this big boom that she had these days, because she had a very big growth these past months. So yeah, I've been following her sometime because of people recommendation. I really like it. Okay, let me start the video. The single mother Vtuber that overcome everything. There is 3 parts of this video. There is 2 more, so I'll probably watch these two later in another time.
On April 9th, 2025, a JP indie VTuber named Otsuka Rei posts a heartfelt letter to her daughter starting kindergarten.
My daughter Reika will be entering kindergarten this spring.
Voiced by Admira Wyvern Hart.
Without everybody's support, I wouldn't have been able to raise her as a single
Let me
this
see.
spring.
Heartfelt letter to her
Let
daughter
me
starting
pay
kindergarten.
attention to what
My daughter Reika will be entering kindergarten this spring. Without everybody's support, I wouldn't have been able to raise her as a single mother.
From these 2 sentences alone, I knew I had to tell Rei's story to the Western audience. Inspired, I DM'd Rei for an interview to learn more about this resilient story of being a single mother in Japan and being able to support her only daughter through her VTuber activities. Rei graciously agreed to answer my questions, so now I will tell her story. This story begins with a Japanese girl falling in love with a particular individual. Sadly, he ended up being a playboy and Rei got dumped. If things couldn't be even more intense, she found out that she was pregnant.
The day I found out I was unexpectedly pregnant, I felt
without
anxious.
father.
My parents were repeatedly in and out of the hospital, and I don't have any siblings. I wasn't sure
You
if
know
I could
it's
raise
gonna
a
be
baby
difficult.
properly without anyone to rely on.
She was definitely on the fence about giving birth, and to complicate things, Rei was a physically weak person, so people around her was concerned about whether she could safely give birth.
There is strats.
What shifted Rei's mind was her familiar duties to her father and grandmother. Both of these family members told Rei personally that they wanted to see the face of her unborn daughter, and these very words influenced this young woman to give birth.
My father received a terminal prognosis and my grandmother was already of an old age. I wanted to make them happy while they were still alive, and this feeling also motivated my determination to give birth to Reika-chan.
It was important to mention that Reika's birth itself was a difficult one. Due to Rei's weak physical body, she was actually in critical condition during the child rearing process. It got so bad at one point, the doctor approached Rei's father and asked him, "Do you want to save Rei or Reika?"
What the fuck? It was like that? Holy shit.
Both did their best to persevere, and so Reika safely came into this world. It was during this time where a president of some agency tried to recruit this new mother to become an idol streamer at their company. Because Rei loved singing and dancing and needed a source of income to support her newborn,
someone tried to recruit her.
This is kind of where Rei entered her Oshinoko arc, because while she was doing her idol activities, she had to keep it a secret from her fans that Reika exists. Lady Luck was on this new idol side because she was getting more popular as an idol streamer and was actually getting a lot of money from fans. But at a certain point, Rei felt a growing burden of lying to her fans, but on a much more—
Bro, the end of this manga was something I did not read, but I watched a video talking about it, and it was kinda, you know.
Note, there's also the possibility of making Reika feel lonely. This is where she made a complete career shift towards VTubing. But why VTubing?
Originally, I performed as an idol without concealing my face, but I had an opportunity to perform alongside VTubers at an event. Witnessing how much they enjoy—
It's better because you don't need to worry about the people knowing who you are, and there is some fans that can get really crazy. So
performing and how
I guess two girls VTubing is better for them, you know. so they don't get judged as hard.
Shown on stage sparked my interest in this world of VTubing. I was also deeply moved by the enthusiasm of the fans, which made me think I also want to dive into this world too.
VTubing just made sense in this case because it was the optimal choice of raising Reika as a single mother by being able to work from home while maintaining a certain level of privacy. What made things even more interesting is that
holy shit, this is that? Really, the cooperation. I need some links for the art, man.
this new VTuber made the conscious decision of including Reika in her streams.
My daughter is still young and in such an irreplaceable stage of childhood, so I would always like to be by her side. As expected, baby Reika would cry for milk every few hours. I don't have anyone close to me whom I can trust Reika to, and I think it's impossible to hide the truth while doing streaming activities alone.
One other thing that Ray mentioned was that she fondly looked back on the times her parents had recorded videos of her childhood. In many of the same ways, streaming together with her daughter was a way to preserve her daughter's memories. Well, I'm very happy Reika was included in her streams because she is so precious. When you look at the time she found out that she was going to Sanrio Borderland.
Very cute. Sanrio Borderland.
Personally, my favorite part of this dynamic is when Reika would jump on for a karaoke stream and sing with her mother.
Nice.
I'm thankful to God this girl isn't my niece, because if she asked for pocket money at a family function, I would deadass Venmo her $500, send her 5.59 Bitcoin, and start a trust fund for her. Ray-san actually shared with me that she plans on releasing an original song with Reika-chan, and it will be a cute children's song. On my mama, when that peak drops, you know what I'm blasting when the bros hand me the
had a really huge growth this month.
Is how a medium like
I think last month
content like this accessible and is able to give individuals like Ray.
I don't know if it's June or before. I'm not sure now.
To pursue their dreams, but also have the opportunity of being so involved with raising their children.
I am truly glad from the bottom of my heart that I chose to become a VTuber. My body isn't very strong, so I believe it will be difficult for me to continue as an idol or get a regular full-time job while raising a child on my own. I was a victim of stalking during my idol days.
What the fuck?
So for the sake of protecting my child's privacy...
Makes sense. Now it makes sense. And makes more sense. She wanted to be a VTuber.
Being a VTuber where I don't have to show myself is the choice that can give me peace of mind. Most importantly, because the VTuber work style exists, I don't have to miss the irreplaceable moments of being with Reika.
But beyond this miracle story, I also wanted to get Ray's perspective on being a single mother in Japan. It would be an understatement to say that there is a huge negative stigma towards single mothers in this country. Japan is a place that embraces traditional values and has a strong emphasis on family structure, especially having a two-parent household. A single mother is a complete antithesis of this. So when a normal Japanese person initially runs into single mothers, they are instantly labeled as irresponsible, failed, or even selfish for raising a child alone.
In Japan, the reality is that being a single mother often doesn't leave a good impression. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in a difficult financial situation.
I mean, yeah, it do have difficulty in the financial side, because these days creating a child costs a lot, so alone is worse.
And it is not uncommon for people to think that poverty equals our own fault.
This is a common belief held by many Japanese people based on the current standings of this group. According to the scholarly paper, Evidence from Low-Income Single Mothers in Contemporary Japan, 51.4% of single mother households in Japan live below the poverty line, which is one of the highest rates among the
Costa Rica, Estonia, Japan, Korea, Turkey, I think, New Zealand, Greece, Canada, Netherlands, Austria, Luxembourg, Poland, Slovak Republic, Belgium, Hungary, Czechia.
developed countries. Many people just overlook how hard it is of truly raising a kid alone in Japan.
No matter how hard we work, we also face prejudice, such as you only care about work and neglect your child, or I don't think you can properly raise your child. The truth is,
so everything is stacked against her.
Because we care about our
and
child.
Vtuber saved her. Let's go!
However, I feel like it is hard for others to understand that.
I could definitely feel Ray's frustration of people looking down on single mothers like her who put everything on the line for their children. She shares things like, as a mother, what brings me the most joy is seeing my daughter smile. No matter how tired I am, Reika's adorable smile always heals me, or observes that children mimic what parents do as they grow up. That's why I have to work hard to be a role model for my daughter. When I hear these deep, meaningful answers about
me, kids are Monke see, Monke do. So the most effective way to making they act some way is acting that way, not just talking and telling, because there's people that they only say to the kid to act in some way, but they themselves don't act that way, you know what I mean?
Single mother, I can only show my respect for people like Ray. My respect for her only grew further as she gave encouragements to single parents out there diligently raising their children on their own.
You don't have to be perfect, and don't work too hard. The worst thing
it's impossible to be perfect.
To fall ill, especially a single parent. I used to keep pushing myself to the limit and ended up falling ill. My viewers scolded me for it, so I've been more mindful of my workload.
What I just like about Ray's story is that it provides so much hope. She's able to show people that there's always a way, despite your circumstances or the way people label you. For me though, at a certain point, I straight up asked her, how in the world did you persevere through all these life challenges? For her specifically, being a single mother is hard enough, but she also had to deal with other life curveballs, like having her father pass away last year, or dealing day to day with her physically weak body.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She had a short...
I can't imagine how it is to live having a weak body, you know, because I am the type of person that at least in my 24 years of life I never got any serious sickness or something like that. So I guess I can't imagine how it is to live with a body that fail. I guess. I'm not sure.
But profound answer.
The more difficult experiences a person has gone through, the more they are able to save someone's soul.
Ooh.
The person who never gives up until the end will undoubtedly succeed.
Nice.
These two phrases have always remained in my heart. Since I was young, I have experienced various illnesses and long-term hospitalizations. Even now, I often can't sing well due to my throat and ear illnesses. But I believe that you will eventually be rewarded for pushing through these tough situations.
This has been the story of Otsuka Ray
and
her inspiring story of being a single mother VTuber raising her precious 4-year-old daughter, Reika. If you want to support her in any way, all of her social info will be down below. She has expressed deep interest in interacting with overseas fans, so don't be afraid in showing her some love.
Yeah.
I'll also be assisting her in
I remember starting following her.
That US fans will appreciate, so be on the lookout for that. Now,
I think it was people that hated her. Or it was a recommendation, I don't remember. But it was because of people. And there is 2 more videos of her. I will probably watch it another day. Okay, here she is. I guess that's it. Now I'm gonna stop the recording. If you watch it until the end, please give a like, comment something, maybe recommend something for me to watch, and subscribe. Bye bye.